Surfski World Series is proudly presented by Jeep Apparel and Hire South Africa. Welcome back to the Surfski World Series TV show. In our last episode, we were in Durban, South Africa for what is considered the biggest race in the world circuit. The Dunlop Durban Surfski World Cup always promises blistering paced action on the water and some of the toughest conditions on offer anywhere in the world. And this year's race would not disappoint. And even with the Australian contingent noticeably absent, 5 of the top 10 paddlers in the world would square up on another perfect winter's day in KwaZulu-Natal. Another stroke-for-stroke affair as Matt Bowman, Hank McGregor and David Mocker dominated the front of the race, trading the lead from start to finish. In the end, history would be made once more with the closest finish ever in a Surfski World Series race, decided finally with a sprint up the beach between Matt Bowman and David Mocker. Mocker having the edge by mere inches, taking the 4th race for him in the 2010 series. We now move across the Indian Ocean to the island paradise of Mauritius for the Island Shamal, a 28-kilometer downwind race, and with big ocean swells and consistent winds, it is a true test of any paddler's ability.
Mauritius is a paddling destination. I don't think you can get much better. This is just absolute paddling paradise. Generally, they've always got downwind conditions here. The surf's great, so there's good waves. It's just unbelievable, just a spectacular place to paddle.
Mauritius as a paddling destination is absolutely tremendous. Like yesterday, surf wasn't that big, the wind was up and down. It still was a good little race we did the first day here. But today the surf has just picked up tenfold. It's like 10-12 foot out there, and it's really big and pumping. It's an amazing place that it can change so quick. So it's going to be good. It's going to be a great place to race. I haven't done a race here before, and the vibe's very relaxing. It's a good vibe. I really like it.
I think life as a paddler is what creates the balance for me. You know, without paddling or without the sport element in my life, it'd just be work. And it's a nice life. You know, it's healthy, you're happy, you're physically capable. You know, a sport like this, paddling in the ocean, I guess it's hard at times, but flip. I mean, if you were to call it hard, you'd definitely be exaggerating. It's far more fun than it is hard, and it's just a pleasure. It's too easy.
You know, you're only as good as your last race, for instance, and you know, every race is different, and every race is a new challenge. But for me, pretty much, if you're capable of winning, then that's what you would aim for.
This is going to be a very challenging race. There's some really hot competition, as always, and you wouldn't want it any other way. Island Shamal 2010 Mauritius Ocean Classic. It's going to be a good one.
It's race day on the island, and the mood is light as the paddlers make their way down to the start. Conditions today will be testing, to say the least. A very light 8-knot wind predicted, and the remnants of a 20-foot swell that battered the coastline from the previous days to make the exit at the start and the finish exciting as well.
I want to go to the final. It's a game face. Got the game face on, bro. Gotta bring A game.
Oh, I think it's going to be pretty flat out there. Not much wind. Starting to pick up. Maybe by race time we'll get a little wind coming behind us.
Latest epic design.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I'm quite keen to get out there and just get going before it gets too hot.
So let's look at the course. The race begins from the river mouth at Sulak village, and the paddlers will head out of the mouth paying careful attention to the treacherous reef passes on either side. Once in the relative safety of the open ocean, the paddlers will change course and head west towards the halfway point at Tamasa. From there, it's the shortest line to One Eyes and the reef pass at Le Morne. Timing is everything here, and paying careful attention to the massive swells that thunder through here could prevent the reef from claiming yet another craft. 2 kilometers from here to the finish, and this flat water paddle will test your fitness.
Okay, we're at Suilak, Mauritius, getting ready for the start of a 28-kilometre grind. The wind hasn't come up like first expected. Guys to look out for today, obviously the front runners like Jeremy Cotter and Hank McGregor, David Mockey, Matt Bowman, Tom Schillerport, Mark Anderson. So it should be quite a tough race for these guys, and I think it'll be one of those ones where the fittest will end up prevailing at the end of the day. Okay, Rob, I've got a bit of a rolling start. It looks like it's going to start at any moment now.
Start at Suyak is tricky, because you get to the point and your natural instinct is once you hit a point is to sort of turn right, but there's quite a mean point break, and then there's the reef pass on the outside.
From the start, the pace was pretty hot. I sort of took the lead quite early, and I took the fine line maybe too fine of the line.
The usual scramble off the line, panic stations, everyone going left, right and centre, a million miles an hour.
I thought there's one way to shake up the bunch is to go through maybe a bit of a face.
Hank and I actually got hit by a nice little wave on the inside there, which didn't help our cause too much.
It's quite interesting at the start. I was a bit wider, so I wasn't in the thick of getting slammed, but there was some guys who just sort of snuck over some waves.
I think it doubled up a bit too much, and Matt and I had to sort of pierce the top of the lip, and we lost about 30 metres there. And
Today the guys got caught off guard there. Hank and Matt, their race was almost over right there. They had to punch through quite a gnarly looking wave there.
The front pack makes it out to the deep and they scramble for positions. Early pace setters are Jeremy Cotter and David Mocker, with Hank McGregor and Matt Bowman taking a dangerous inside line early on.
This could clean up Matt Bowman and Hank McGregor. They're very, very close to the edge. No, they're going to make it through. They've made it through quite comfortably, actually.
I sort of took a more of an inside line for the next maybe like 5Ks. Just got into a groove, just got away from the bunch, and sort of was working for a while. And then I think I started hitting a bit of a counter current, and I noticed my speed started dropping.
After that, I sort of headed out deep, and there were these little bumps. You had to work really hard to catch them. Got my nose in front, but then Jeremy caught up on the inside. I could see Hank there and Matt. And then I could see Hank, he disappeared. And it was just Jeremy and Matt sort of in front there. I was in a bit of a deeper line.
But things settled down quite nicely. There were some little bumps out there, It wasn't the downwind we wanted, but the ocean's always got a little bit of help. One or two guys started dropping off.
I started feeling really hot and eventually decided to take off my shirt. I just went through a really bad patch for about 10 minutes, and the guys managed to get away, and I was about 150, 200 meters behind Bowman.
I think Hank just blew.
There are many ways to keep yourself warm this winter. Why not choose something that is 5 times more energy efficient than conventional methods? Call our care line 0860 77 77 75 for more info, or visit www.hiresa.co.za. Hire, more than just air conditioning.
Welcome back to the Surfski World Series. We catch up with the second group of 6 behind the leaders and old rivals Greg Barton and Oscar Chalupsky fighting off the challenge of the ladies paddler Nikki Mocker, who is making her way up the field. Positions look like this: Herman Chalupsky 5th, Hank McGregor 4th, David Mocker 3rd, and Matt Bowman and Jeremy Cotter are sharing the lead.
At this point, Jeremy Cotter and Matt Bowman neck and neck, but about 200 metres apart.
It's the halfway point now, and we see a big move taking place. Hank McGregor, who had dropped off the place earlier and seemed to be out of the running, is suddenly making a hard charge for the front.
And then Matt and I sort of powered through, and then Hank was right on the inside, and it just didn't seem to be the right line. And then Matt and I broke away for a bit of a lead.
And the next thing, out of the corner of my eye, I see Hank pull up and just had his game face on it, A-game. And I said, hey, go Hank. And he must have pulled maybe 15 and a half You guys know how to catch up to them.
About halfway into the race and I realised, well, it's now or never, and sort of upped the gear and came past David and he cheered me on, and I looked down at my speed and I realised I was doing about 1.5 km faster than I was doing before, and the gap started narrowing, and it took me about 15 minutes and I caught the other two guys and went through the middle of the two, and I thought, well, if they can hang on, let's go for it, let's see who wants it more. And then this burst from nowhere, Hank flew past us. It was quite impressive. He just flew straight past us like we were standing still.
We've got about 3 k's to go till the par. Hank McGregor in the last 15 minutes caught up 150 metres and then put 150 metres into Jeremy Cotter and Matty Bowman. Hank now leads by 150 metres over Jeremy Cotter and Matt Bowman. Jeremy and Matt still neck and neck. Another 500 to 600 back for David. These three are pulling away. Incredible last 10 to 15 minutes from Hank McGregor.
With the reef pass at Le Mans in sight, Hank McGregor looks like a man possessed. After having made up the gap to take the lead, he now pins his ears back and puts distance between himself and number 2, Jeremy Cotter from Australia.
Wanted to get at least 20 to 30 meters lead by the time we got to the cutting. I just wanted to pick up the first wave. That's really all I wanted to do. Just to ride that first wave in, get about a 20-meter gap with the K to go. It's really hard for a guy to catch up. And by the time I got there, I had a good 200-meter lead on Cotter, and there wasn't too much between us in the end. And I tell you, I got a really good wave too through the pass, and I noticed Hank didn't get one. And I thought, if he doesn't see me, I could sneak up on him on this, but I just slewed a little bit on it. It was quite big and it walled up from the outside, and I nosedived and flicked me out the back, and I just got on and sprinted before the next one got me. So I was happy with that. Once I got in and started paddling through the pass, then I was quite happy that there was no waves to come and nail us. He hit the beach. I had a good 200 meters on him, and from then it was just put your head down and maintain the gap and don't make any mistakes. And
some careful navigation sees the top paddlers through the pass. And we see race leader Hank McGregor with Cotter hot on his rudder, making a charge for the line. But today is Hank McGregor's day once more, crossing the line to defend his title from 2009. So 4 out of 4 on the island for him so far, with former paddler Cotter taking the second spot.
I wasn't too sure where Matt was, and I had a look behind, and I actually couldn't see him. So I thought, oh well, we definitely got this sewn up, and I just thought I'll just keep it strong.
To be honest, I knew I was going to pop. I knew I didn't bring enough to it to do a 2-hour paddle. So you had that kind of reservation in the back of your head. You're not really chasing all the runs you should be chasing. You're kind of backing off a little, hoping and trying to conserve, but the wall still came. And at the same time, Hank put down a hammer just the same time as I was blowing. Top guys are always close, always touch and go here and there. And you question yourself mentally about 6 or 7 times during every race, and it makes you dig deep. So it's surf skis in a healthy state where it's good racing.
The Island Shamal 2010, the Mauritius Ocean Classic, second race has gone off successfully. I think the guys have cemented this event. It would be great if they can keep this momentum going and have another one next year.
Awesome, great place. It's got that Hawaii type feel, I guess, the tropical sort of island, and these are places where you want to race, where it's warm, the water's warm, the days are warm. Even though there wasn't much wind today, there's still enough wind to have fun. It was the resort we're staying at. You couldn't ask for anything better. This is easily one of the best races going around at the moment, easily. I'm stoked with the win. 4 out of 4 races in Mauritius for me, and I'm really happy. And the guys all deserve a good handshake out there. They all tried really hard and made it really tough, but that's what it's all about. It makes it ever so sweeter to beat the guys like that.
So, Hank McGregor takes the Island Shamal for the second year running. Second, Jeremy Cotter, then Matt Bowman and David Mocker. Herman Chalupsky with his best results in 2 years. Then Tom Skelperud, Hayden Smith from the UAE, Mark Anderson from Australia, Greg Barton of the USA, and Oscar Chalupsky. In the ladies' race, victory going to Nikki Mocker, with Ruth Hyman in second and Camille de Carmajan in third. So that brings to a close the second running of the Island Shamal in Mauritius. An interesting race as always, and truly one of the best stops on the world circuit. So join us next time for the season wrap-up as we profile the world champion David Mocker and the Cape paddling community. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there.
Live. Island live. Difficult on the island. I want to go home. Not.
Take courage. I missed out on still photos last night. I'm trying to get the own little show going.
So far you're making it.
There's sand, ocean, wind. What else do you need?
Hank McGregor from Maurice. I recently won the Avon Descent. I'm the greatest paddler in the world. I have big muscles and I'm extremely handsome.
The Surfski World Series is proudly presented by Jeep Apparel and Hire